Well, here we are. We're in the actual parts selection, and you may note that back here is where all the smart zones are at. Now, a few of these I found a little bit weird and kind of hard to use myself, so normally I will just use this one right here, which is a smart zone beam length 1. You have to type in weapon minor W, can't be capital. It's pretty strange, but that's how it works. One could remove this and check out different types of zones. So like this one right here, this isn't a bad zone, smallest on the front. Put it right here, and what that would do is the machine would want to attack all along here. So you want to take it off and reattach it about here. Nope, wrong again. Well, I think you get what I'm trying to do here. Attach this again. Come on, you. There we go, something like that. Then you take the zone itself and rename it. Simple. Weapon. Okay, now the machine itself will know that this is the weapon zone. It wants to attack here, all along here, which you really wouldn't want, because you may think there's a weapon here and it assumes there is one, so there's one. It wouldn't really work very well. Wrong zone. So I want to take this one back off and take a look at a couple others. This one right here, very short. Take a look at how this fits on here. It's just a bigger area here. Wants to attack all along this box area and down here. So it'll assume as soon as something touches the front of this zone here that it's in range to attack. So this would be better for a hammer or some sort of a weapon that strikes down. And also, if you want to keep you want the weapon to strike away from your robot, so you want the zone out here. It can actually be changed to all sorts of different lengths and whatnot. That's completely up to you to experiment with. But normally I just use a very small, hang on, move this guy here. Back to beam length 1. And put it here. Well, that's not quite right, but that's close enough. And you can move it up and down using the arrow keys and whatnot. I mean the control keys. Anyway, so what we would do is we would name the zone weapon again. Now what we want to do is we want to go into the actual wiring. This is really important. So hang on for 1 second. Let's see. Wiring, parts. Yeah, brushes. Well, there's a way to show you how this is put together here. So what we want to do, we'll get into that later. You know how to assign which direction you want the motors to spin and all that. That's what I was thinking about doing here. So what we have here is we hit spin. You'll see it's assigned to these motors here, including the one on the bottom. And it has to be spelled with a capital S and placed in a box here. And then all the weapons have to be assigned spin, whichever direction you want. And what's really tricky is this over here. This can also be flip or I believe fire, depending on the type of weapon you're using. So let's make sure the smart zones. That's correct. Okay, we want to go here to forward. And this can be any controls you want to use. I use the number pad because I play the game on a arcade machine, and the left-hand control stick is assigned to these numbers. It can be anything you want, but the trick is to spell it exactly like this, with capital F, forward, and a capital L and capital R, right, left, right. If it's not spelled like this, the machine will not work. It simply won't function. So I'm going to take it in here. We're going to test it real fast. This is a nifty machine. It's incredibly fast. I mean, you got anything that can move like this? Okay, you see what I mean? Whoa. Okie doke. Alright, so we're going to go back to parts. And back to, oh, wrong one. Extras, that's right. So, you see some of these weapon zones are pretty big. That's just huge. So that would be some sort of a monster robot. I'm not quite sure how that would work, but these are, like I said, for experimenting with, and make sure that it's spelled weapon. Okay, let's let's see if I can think of anything else to put in here other than that. When you get into the bindings, I think I pointed that out, that the name of the robot has to be exactly like this guy's here. So let's go ahead and do an overview. It has to be spelled exactly like you spelled your robot here. Okay. Then we're going to go back to HQ. And we'll take the robot. Now it's all set up, right? It's all ready to go. The zone is called weapon with a capital, a minor W. All the controls are set up. So we would want to save the bot. Big file. The spider I built is even weirder. It takes a long time for that thing to load and to save. Anytime you're ready, machine. Alright. Well, we'll get right back to this. Oh, okay, there we are. Alright, so it's saved. So it'll be in the file. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to go back to the bindings and files and all that kind of stuff and show you how to transfer the robot.